YouTube subscribers? How y'all doing tonight? It's your boy MG5 back again with another sports video. And hey, we're gonna stay in the fight game tonight. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about the fight game. I know I've been going back and forth with UFC and boxing, but the fight game is lit right now. 2023, it's looking up. It's fire, and it's lit right now. UFC or boxing, it don't matter, man. It's lit. But anyways, you know what I mean? We're going to be talking about boxing, and there's another big fight that just got announced. So y'all already know how I do it, man. I want to give my thoughts on it, break it down, and give my final fight prediction. So, hey, y'all already know how we do things around here. But, if I'm not mistaken, this is like the fourth, fifth big fight for boxing already that's been announced. We have Benavidez versus Plant. That's later on this month. That's a big fight. Then we have Davis versus Garcia, the super fight that takes place next month. And right after that is Stanionis versus Ortiz Jr., another big fight. And then we have Devin Haney versus, Vasil Lomachenko. So there's some big fights going on right now, and it's lit. And another big fight that just got announced, Naoya Inoue versus Stephen Fulton Jr. At super bantamweight at 122 for the WBC and the WBO titles. Man, it's going down, y'all. It's going down. That's another big fight. Naoya Inoue, that guy right there is a true beast. Undisputed champion at 118. Now he's making the move and he's going up. So, and he's going to be fighting Stephen Fulton Jr., an undefeated champion. That fight's taking place May 7th in Japan. I believe that's early Sunday morning. That's the only thing that I don't like. It's going to be early Sunday morning. And it's like, man, we got to be up super early for that fight. But anyways, y'all, let's get straight into it, man. I'm excited for this fight. And real fight fans and real boxing fans know that this year it's already lit, y'all. It's already lit. But, Naoya Inoue versus Stephen Fulton Jr., I truly do believe that this is a 50-50 fight. And styles makes fights. Styles makes fights. And I think both of these fighters, man, if you look at their styles, we're going to be in for a great clash. And it's going to be a chess match. It's going to come down. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a chess match. Very strategic. And I think it's going to go to the deeper rounds, to the deep waters, like championship rounds. That's where I think this fight's going to go. And the winner will be decided in championship rounds. If people think Inoue's just going to walk all over Fulton Jr., nah, man, I don't think so. Styles makes fights, y'all. Styles makes fights. And if you look at Stephen Fulton Jr., we'll start off with him. We'll start off with the defending champ at 122 at the super bantamweight division, since both of his titles are on the line. He's going into enemy territory at that. When we look at him, he's a boxer. He's a true boxer. You know what I mean? A true boxer. 21-0 with 8 knockouts. He doesn't have that much. I wouldn't say he has pop on his, he has pop in his hands, but he doesn't have like that type of power, devastating power, one punch power, but he does have pop on his hands. We just know him, he's a tic-tac boxer, man. He's a true boxer. You know what I'm saying? When I look at it skills-wise, I don't think there's a big gap between these two champions. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's a big gap at all. I just think styles makes fights. And when you look at Stephen Fulton Jr., the way that he fights, he's more of a traditional boxer. He doesn't mind taking you the whole 12 rounds and giving you a boxing lesson or putting on a boxing display. And I think the way that he fights, he fights long distance, and I think that's going to be a key factor in this fight. And not just that, but he has the tools to keep that distance. He's great at managing the range and finding his distance. And, he has the footwork, the movement, the counter skills, the boxing skills, the ring generalship, the ring IQ. He has everything. He has everything that you need to keep the distance against a fighter like Inoue. You know what I'm saying? If you look at some of Inoue's past opponents, they were always missing at least one of those things that I mentioned. You know what I mean? To keep that long distance. Either they were an inside fighter or they were a mid-range fighter. You know what I mean? Or they could have been a long distance fighter, but they were missing the footwork, or they were missing the movement, missing the ring generalship, the IQ, something, the little details, the little things that you need to keep that monster, to keep that distance away from that monster. Fulton has everything. Fulton has everything, and he has the mindset. He's not scared of Inoue. He's a champion, and he's undefeated. So he's not, you know what I mean? He has all the weapons and tools that you need to beat this guy. And I think his best weapon, or some of his best weapons for this fight, will be his jab, that counter left hook, his jab, and that straight, that right hand. Like I said, he doesn't have like that devastating power, but if Fulton sees you hurt, he will come at you. He will advance with a flurry of combinations. And, his combinations are pretty slick, man. They're pretty smooth. I think when I look at Fulton Jr., he kind of reminds me of speed, timing, and finesse. You know what I'm saying? And Inoue is kind of like the speed and strength, which, equals power. So when I look at Fulton Jr., he's kind of a speed, finesse, timing type of fighter. That's what he relies on, not so much of his power or how hard he hits, but he has a great mind. He has a great mind. And I truly do believe he has the tools to beat Inoue, But let's talk about, Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue moving up, the undisputed champion moving up. This is a big fight for him. I believe for both fighters, I believe this is their toughest test to date. You know what I mean? So for Inoue, like I said, he's more like speed and strength. I don't know what this guy has in him, what, his spirit, his soul. I don't know, man, but this dude got power, yo. This dude got power. And, his strength and speed mixed together, which equals power. And he hits really hard. He has a very smart IQ, good movement, good footwork himself, an educated jab, and, great combinations to the head and the body. And the dude is just a savage, man. He hits very hard. Like, I don't know what else to say. And his IQ, I've already mentioned those things. But, yeah, it's a great fight. When I look at Inoue, most of his work is done inside the pocket or, on the inside. Either the phone booth, the pocket, or on the inside. I wouldn't even say he does some work in the mid-range area, but most of Inoue's work is done on the inside and in the pocket, y'all. He's not no long-distance fighter. He's not trying to fight you from long distance. He's not trying to box or fight you from mid-range. He's trying to get on the inside or get in the pocket and let those bombs detonate. You know what I mean? Let the bombs detonate, y'all. That's what he's trying to do. That's what he's trying to do. So that's why I feel like this is what makes this fight a great fight, because you look at Inoue, the way that he fights, his style, inside or in the pocket. You look at Fulton Jr., long distance. He wants to fight you from long distance, maybe mid-range, but long distance. So, I think styles makes fights, and we're in for a great one. And some of the shots that I feel that will be open for Inoue, you know what I'm saying? He has an educated jab that he sets up his bombs with. That left hook to the body, the left hook up top. That's going to be open, and that big right hand. You know what I mean? I think the main question for this fight is, will Inoue's power hurt Fulton Jr.? There's no doubt in my mind that his power is going to carry from 118 to 122. There's no doubt in my mind. His power will carry. It will transpire. But can he hurt Fulton Jr.? Can he damage Fulton Jr.? That's the main question that we have right now. And, Inoue, he puts a lot of pressure on his opponents, man. Not just from a physical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint. Because Fulton Jr., he's already stated that he doesn't believe that the power will be an issue for him. He doesn't believe that. So if in this fight, if Inoue can catch him with a shot to the body or up top that can affect Fulton, you know what I mean? Or make Fulton think like, wow, this dude does hit hard. Oh, man, he does hit different. Oh, wow, the hype was real about this guy. If he can make those thoughts go through Fulton Jr.'s head, then Inoue has the fight. You know what I mean? But if his power doesn't affect Fulton Jr., then Fulton Jr.'s heart will overcome that power. So we're in for a great fight. And I think that's the main question, will Inoue's power damage or hurt Fulton Jr.? Because if it does, not just from a physical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint, there will be pressure on him. And, with that type of pressure, you make one false movement, one mental mistake, anything in your defense, and you can get knocked out. You know what I mean? So I can't wait for this fight. I truly do believe it's going to go to championship rounds. If the power does affect Fulton Jr., then I think Inoue will win this fight by split decision. I do think a couple knockdowns will sway the fight in his way, or he can finish Fulton Jr. late in the 12th round, a 12th round finish. So, that's the way that I see the fight going. Or I can see Fulton Jr. winning by split decision if the power does not affect him in that type of way. So I can't wait. And for you bettors out there, I'm not a bettor like that. But for you betting mans out there, or y'all bettors out there, I would probably put my money on Inoue, the hometown fighter. It is in Japan, so we'll see. But my final fight predictions, I wouldn't say this is my final fight predictions. I'll probably give another prediction fight week right before the fight. But I'm going to be going for Fulton Jr. I have a feeling he's going to be the big underdog, and I kind of like pulling for underdogs in these type of fights. But I'm going to be going for Fulton Jr., and I think he can get the job done. I do think he has the skill set. But I ain't gonna lie, though. Deep down inside, I do think Inoue will win the fight. I will be rooting for Fulton Jr., though. But deep down inside, I do think Inoue will win the fight. So, split decision or late stoppage in the 12th round. But there we go, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. You know what I mean? Drop y'all opinion and let me know who y'all got, man. Who y'all got in this big fight. And, fight fans, it's going to be a lit year, y'all, a big year. But anyways, y'all stay up. And until next time, man, we out, y'all, we out.